Today I wanted to experiment with a 4 panel of mixed media art. Here I am putting some gesso on. I'm scratching back into the gesso. I've got some stamps and some gray paint, markers, um, Lyra crayons, Posca markers, and I'm going to try to limit myself to just these tools. So here's I'm going in and just sort of making some marks. I'm going to start off with this cool gray paint to just sort of get started. Laying the basis, the foundation. I'm not quite sure, as usual, where this is going to head. And then I'm going to take this stamp that I made out of foam, mounted onto foam board, and I'm just going to put some black on it, and we're just going to kind of make some stampy marks here and just sort of random. I'm going to use this other foam block to do kind of the same thing, and here we're just adding in some shapes. I like a big bold black shape. Now I'm going in with some yellow and Naples yellow and some white, and we're gonna just start adding in a bit more color with the color shaper brush that I just got. If you guys don't have one of those shaper brushes, they're really cool. This is like my second time using it, and I love it. The marks that you're able to make and spread paint without getting a paintbrush is cool. Here I am going back in with just a Conte crayon pencil and just sort of making more marks. Um, this is a Copic marker, and I do believe the color is, it doesn't say. I don't know what the color is. It doesn't say. Oh, copper. Copper is the color. This is a marker that I got in an art box last year. I don't use a lot of Copic markers or markers in general. But I really like the color of this one. It does have a broad side and a thin pointy side. I like the broad side, the chiseled side for these marks here. And I kind of like it with the yellow and the brown and the black. I think it really adds like a different, almost like a burnt sienna, although I know it says copper, but it feels more reddish maybe um, than say a burnt sienna, but I really like it, and I like the marks that I can make with it. And then the variety adds a little bit of variety. So here I'm going in with this melon green Lyra water soluble crayon. Um, I really don't know why I picked this color. I just thought it looked really cool with that brown Copic marker um, to add in a pop of unexpected color, maybe that I don't really use a lot in my work, but I'm trying to try different color combinations and see what works. You can see I've gotten a little tight here, and you're going to see me just sort of open up and just really make some big marks because I was getting too worried about the individual panels instead of just creating all over the canvas, which can be a hard thing to do sometimes in these smaller paintings. Now I'm using this sort of blue-green color that I think really helps balance out that lime green with the brown. And then you see I've taken off the tape because I wanted to see what work on these individually now. Um, so I'm going back on the shaper brush with white. One thing that I didn't think about, because I haven't done a collage like this in a while, and I've been working a lot in watercolor, is that when you use these Lyra crayons, they are water soluble, so they're going to be picked up by paint. But that being said, I'm pretty okay with the sort of painterly marks that it made. Like I'm not mad about it. Um, in general, you want to make sure that the marker or any water soluble that you add is the top layer. If you're going to put paint back on it, you need to make sure to put the paint or use something that is not water soluble. Um, Sometimes I forget that, but I don't hate it. I think it worked pretty well. These um, spaces at the bottom where there's no crown, you can see it just adds right on. Going back in with a black. Well, I thought this was black. It's actually sepia, I think. So I'm switching to the black crayon. And we're going to add in a few more marks. And then I think we're done with these. And I really enjoyed this little 10-minute sketching project. I'm going to probably do more of these because it really helps me with my composition and seeing things, and being daring and not having to make finished work is so freeing. So here's the final pieces. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.